all together now, yeah. Cause we warriors, yeah. Cause we warriors, yeah. Cause we warriors, yeah. Cause we warriors, yeah. Let's go, bless up, one time, go get it, it's yours, let's shine, come on. Yeah, let's go, bless up, one time, go get it, it's yours, let's shine, come on. Yeah, let's go, raise up, that's right, roll with it, it's yours, let's shine, come on. Yeah,
young gamer wants to become an esports professional, we make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে PowerUp সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে দুটি প্রাইজ পুল সহ দুটি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ দুটি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বের নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের দুটি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছি। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Season 5 of the ESPL Bangladesh Invitationals. And we are back once again right before Eid to bring you a special treat this summer. It's going to be day one of the invitation, and it's going to be a banger of a match as well. It's going to be Wolframite Esports going up against the side of Exceeli. And now this is a match for the ages, that is for sure. And as for me, it's going to be your boy Aggressive, joined by Presto on the caster says, how are you feeling about this matchup?
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a very heated match, Aggressive. And speaking of ESPL, let's get into the question. What is ESPL? ESPL is a global esports network tournament platform provider with the goal of elevating players from casual gamers to esports champions. Starting 2021 with a bang, ESPL's hope is to grow Valorant esports talent across South Asia through the PowerUp series. As we all know, top 3 teams from the Amateur Cup will join the Invitational Cup to compete against some of the best teams in the country. Well, this is the Invitationals, ladies and gentlemen. And for more information, visit espl.gg/Bangladesh for more information and tournaments like this and fun esports content. We're currently live streaming on ESPL Bangladesh Facebook and YouTube, as well as on BongoBD. This tournament is organized by ESPL, or Esports Players League, and the country partner is BongoBD. And as you mentioned, Kirito, excuse me, it's actually Aggressive. I forgot Actually, it tends to, mix up because I did a lot of casts with Kirito. Well, I'm going to be missing him today a lot because he did love the plays of Wolframite a lot, but as he's going to be missing out, I think he's going to be on the live stream. And yes, Wolframite versus Exceeli. As you can see on your screens now, Wolframite has chosen to go for Heaven. And Aggressive, this is something which kind of, makes me question. For the first time in history, I'm seeing Exceeli opting to go for the defensive rounds. Oh dear, okay, but no, we'll just let it be. Let's see how it's gonna be. We're also gonna be seeing Bind in action, which is gonna be selected by Exceeli, and on the defensive side, we're gonna be seeing Wolframite on the earlier round. But let's get into Heaven first, where we're gonna be seeing Exceeli going for the defensive rounds. I mean, trust me, Aggressive, it is kinda, change of a tradition from Exceeli because they opt to go for attack every single time, and this time it's defense. What is gonna be your thought about that?
Personally, I do believe that this is done because of the roster changes coming on through for the side of Exceeli, because now there is no Zolo. Zolo has been replaced by Duke this time around because, as we did hear, Zolo wanted to pursue the route of streaming. So, talking about that, now that Duke is in this roster, we have seen him on other rosters such as Sami and Friends, and he is such an explosive force if you allow him to control how you play a lot of the map. And here, when he's on that stage, that's exactly what she can do. She can control the map in such a manner that will allow you to take as many advantageous gunfights as you possibly can. And when you start on the defensive side, especially when you're going in for a single duelist composition with the Sage being the pseudo duelist, you have a lot of potency in your arsenal to do a lot of things that you need to, on the side of defense, get as many rounds as possible, shut down Wolframite before they can even get their feet down on the ground, and allow yourself to get as many advantages as possible before you go onto your own attacking map. Because as you know, Haven is a very attacking favorite map. So if you can get as many rounds as possible, and if you're confident on your own defensive side, you're going to be in a pretty good spot to keep things going, moving on forward into your own attacking map. And now here at Exceeli, they're going to be banking on that. And let's see what they can exactly do to keep things going for their side. Because now, I do believe that Wolframite, they do have a little bit of a stronger composition, primarily because for a fact that I love that flash on the map of Haven, but we have to see what the Phoenix can do. If he can make that difference, or will it be the Sage shutting everything down coming out from the side of Wolframite?
Absolutely. And considering Wolframite has been grinding for a very long time, and I know the players, they have been veterans from the previous esports titles as well. So we are really expecting a lot from Wolframite side, as they are actually the underdogs of Valorant for Bangladesh, but they have qualified for the invitationals, and now they are fighting against the best team in the country, the team who was not dethroned yet. And let's see if they can take the victory or not, as the action is going to be coming in with the border, or should I say the barriers coming up. We're going to be seeing some smokes coming in from the Omen onto B side. So Wolframite is tending to go for a split push here. They are trying to get as much as information as they can, because they know if they want to go for the bold pushes, this is not going to be assisting them at all. Because look at the map composition from the side of Exceeli as well. They're keeping the flank connections. They are keeping all informations under their cover. And this is something Wolframite will have to be very, very cautious about. And I think they have made up their mind. They're going to be going for SC aggression. And there is the smokes coming in, and there is the recon bolts coming in, and there's the execution. As we see the push coming in very, very aggressively. And now it looks like the objective can be safe for a plan. And I think the plan may go down as we speak. And the attackers will make they're going inside the objective. And now the span, however, is not going down yet. I think they are looking for the checks, and I think they will find a suitable location as they're going for a long plant here. As the plant goes down successfully, which is going to be a 5v5 retake as no casualties going to happen. Kyochi is going to be going for the shock dart right there, but now no casualties yet. Missile is going to be playing inside of garage along with the Cypher. The Cypher is going to spot out Kyochi, but Kyochi is going to be falling back towards the elbow side. And now this is going to be really a big question mark because which team is going to be able to pick it up, even though the Jet on both sides are slightly low on HP. And now Kyochi is going to be going for the smoke. Oh my god, they're going to cross each other. Hello, what is happening? We're going to be seeing a bloodbath coming in from the side of Wolframite, as now we're seeing Duke being the only player surviving. He's going to pick up a 2k, but not the remainder of the kills. Wolframite is going to take the first piston. What a play. And trust me, I don't know if the objective C is a non-smoking place, but these players smoked it off, and that was a very smoking play from the side of Wolframite. 1-0.
Also, a very beautiful round coming out from Wolframite. Not only were they able to time everything properly when it came down to the C-side execute, I really love the fact that Exceeli opted to go in for 5 versus 5 retake, but that retake was just not as clean as you would expect. A lot of the utility was not being used, and when it came down to checking those corners, no one was checking behind the box, behind the green boxes, and that really did hurt them, leaving up with so many free kills. And serve, he's gonna be the first one to take out Fancy, who tried to be over aggressive, trying to get down into the cubby angle. He's not gonna be able to. And with the fast push coming on down towards the side of C, they're gonna be making that rush happen, and they're gonna be the ones to take that hit. It's gonna be Google coming in from the sideline, taking the first initial kill down onto Zara, but Aku with a beautiful flick of his own, he's gonna be able to shut down Duke, taking down another. He's looking for some more. Aku's gonna be feeling himself, but Juicing actually jumps in. He's actually gonna be able to shut down another with his Shorty. And here comes Hate Crew with a double kill of his own, and it's just Toxin to try and defend for himself, to try and see what he can find, but he's in a severe disadvantage. There is nowhere to go, and there is nowhere to hide. The pings are going to be coming in soon enough. The spams are going to be going on through, but it's going to be Hate Crew instead being able to shut him down, and that's going to be a 3-3 round coming on out from the side of Exceeli. Such a good execution, but it all came down to the possible pushes that were coming on down from the side of Exceeli. They played together as a unit, and they rushed in together. And you have to give it to Hate Crew, my man. He used that flame wall mistake coming out from Zerg to perfection.
Absolutely. Well, Exceeli is not going to allow any of their opponents to take the lead above them, and they will take the round on the 3-3 round, as you mentioned, aggressive. And now, this is going to be the question mark. Which team is going to be opting to go for the lead now? Well, Wolframite will have to go for an eco here, as I can see sheriffs popping out in their arsenal. So I think Exceeli might be able to take it, but they are still on the bonus weapons. Aside to assault rifles popping out. So Aku is going to be on his Blade Storm if he can manage to hit those shots, that is. But they're actually opting to go for a very passive push. This time, they're not going to be very, very aggressive like the previous time, because they know their arsenal is not that rich. Aku just might miss his 20 tester. Oh no, almost. But Sufreaks is going to be the better jet here. And now she will execute the kill. And now Toxin might go for the garage execution. Oh, no. That's not going to be a very good choice, my boy. I think he can fall back because I see the Omen literally looking at the smoke. Well, the spike, however, is going to be recovered by the Sova, as I believe they will be pretty much confirmed that C is not going to be an executable objective, but they're still focusing on garage. So I think they are actually going to be going for a C push anyways. So there is the recon coming, but it's not going to be giving away any important notification or updates. And Toxin is going to be going for the jet, but as he was actually pretty close with the jet in point blank range, he would not survive. It's all up to Ezio, and now if he can make it happen, it's a 1v5. It's for him. Well, it's him versus the world with a ghost in hand. He's going to find some shots, but eventually he's going to fall in the hands of Shufreak, and that's going to be adding a flawless round to the board of Team Exceeli Esports. And looks like they're actually having the confidence here, and they are, you know, just showing off what they can do. But for the side of Wolframite, they're going to be going for the Baron. And I think this is where the game starts aggressive. So let's see if Wolframite can equalize it or not, considering Exceeli is still going for the bonus rounds.
It was a pretty rough start when it came down to that eco round, but still, no harm, no foul. It is an eco round, so there's not much that you can do in those types of scenarios. It's either going for a fast rush down onto a single sideline or try to play for those picks. And no harm tried to play for those picks, but they were not able to find them, so no harm, no foul. We move forward into the next following round. And now here's where the side of Wolframite need to make their stand, as you just stated. Because if they're not able to hear and try and equalize themselves, they're going to be in a pretty tough spot to move on forward in the following consecutive rounds. Because on a 3-1 scoreline, you're going to be forced onto another eco. And if you give away that another eco, you're going to be in an even rougher spot, because then the momentum is on the side of Exceeli, and you have no way of coming back from it if you're not able to gather yourselves together. And I always say this, Valorant is a very mental heavy game. If your mental is affected at the very beginning stages of the map, they're going to have a pretty rough time moving on forward in the following stages as well. And now it seems the Wolframite, they're making a fast push down towards this B side, trying to check every single angle. The flashes are going to be going on through. And they know for a fact that two members are holding down onto the side of the good flash coming out from the side of Zerv, but they take a lot of damage coming in from those spams. And here, Zerv, he needs to use his hot hand to try and heal himself. And that's one more utility less for the side of Wolframite to work with. And it seems as though with 30 seconds left on the clock, Wolframite, they're looking their way down towards the east side.
Well, they are pretty close, and I think they can make it happen, but looks like from the side of Exceeli, they have predicted it nice and easily, and yes, they have, but Aku's gonna find the kill as he had a better gun, and now this is the chance they can make it happen, but looks like Aku may not see the omen because he was paranoid, and HQ is gonna get that. It's gonna be a 4v4 situation. Oh my god, look at that bloodbath, look at that kill feed. It's all up to Zerv now, and I think he can go, actually, yeah, now it's all up to Zerv now. I didn't see the last player surviving, but actually, as I was talking about, Zerv is also gonna fall in the hands of Fancy9. Nice try by Wolframite as they try to play it passively and smart, but still Exceeli opted to go for a rotation because they read Wolframite like an open book, and thus there was the retake before. Actually, it was not even a retake, it was a very well execution from their end as they denied the plan and got the eliminations onto their opponents. Oh dear, I must admit, Exceeli is really heated up, and looks like Duke is absolutely a very, very good addition to their team because they are really not bottlenecking, which I really, I thought they might have some bottleneck issues, but nope, that's not happening at all. And on top of that, they're actually doing good with the single duelist composition. So I think they will just keep it up. And Showfreaks might just connect the shot. Well, he will miss the first one, but I think he's gonna go for the second, but there is the dodge coming in 1 second from Aku, and Duke is gonna find the initial kill onto the Phoenix. Well, as I mentioned, the Sage, or should I say Duke, is actually a good addition to the team. I think he's living up to that, and HQ is gonna add up some more kills to the team, and there you have it. There's a 3K for HQ. Come on, everybody, just run in the crosshair of HQ, and he's gonna pick up a 4K without even trying. Exceeli 4-1. What a play from HQ.
They say that another eco round, it's going to be pretty rough when you consider the defensive holds coming out from the side of Exceeli. And I really love this roster change coming on through for their side. It seems as though Exceeli, they have now come together as a well-rounded team. They are aggressive when they need to be, but their defensive playstyle is just even stronger than ever before. Previously, Exceeli was a team we always thought about them for being a lot more attacking favored in a lot of their matchups because they love to be aggressive and they love to go in for a lot of these pushes. But now Exceeli, they're playing much more calm, much more reserved, waiting for their opponents to make the mistake, and then they're going to be the ones to come out on top in this engagement. But this time around, it seems the Ezio, he's going to be able to slip on by the operator ranges off the side of Shrewsbury. He did not spot him out, goes in for that shot. So now they know for a fact that the operator is holding down towards that A side. The smokes are going to be coming on through. Aku probably going to get spammed, but he's actually going to be able to survive it. Ezio on that lurk, he's actually able to kill out Shrewsbury, and with the hat coming off from the side of the cyber, the near them does spot out every single player, so they're now going to be able to know exactly where they're going, exactly where they're going to be hiding. Missile, he had no idea what hit him. A slap to the forehead from the side of Zerv. 2 kills coming out for the side of Wolframite, and here is where the comeback starts, ladies and gentlemen, for their side. The attackers, they can plant the spike suited up, and Zerv getting another kill of his own. They're going to be in a pretty happy spot. 2 versus 4 on the map. And now, the spike in no man's land, but still, it's going to be coming on back real soon.
Well, Duke is gonna get a kill onto Aku. Zerv has been on a rampage so far. He did get the kills, but looks like he will have to wait. Duke is gonna pick up a double kill right there. And as you mentioned of the spike location being in no man's land and under Fancy's eye, this is gonna be pretty hard for Wolframite, but it looks like they're not gonna be having too much of it as Toxin and Zerv is gonna be picking up the remainder of the kills, and they will get the second round of the game. Well, a very well execution once again from their end as they opted to go for B, and not to mention Phoenix's 4K right there was a very huge factor for their victory. So I think Exceeli is actually doing great so far, but Wolframite is actually showing what their capabilities are, and they have a lot of, strategies and show to show us. Well, this time around, let's see if they can take the third round or not. We're going for another full buy round, but in case you've missed, aggressive, we did see 2, operators on the side of Exceeli on the previous round, and now that is actually a problem from their end as they're going to be having slide. Okay, you know what? Actually, that's not the case because they're still going for the full shields and full armor, full shields and the assault rifles. Ezio, well, with the Bulldog, the budget-friendly assault rifle, he's gonna get a kill onto a target player. Well, Duke is gonna pick up a refrag, but there's a refrag coming in from the side of QT once again. Wolframite is tending to go for their refrags there. Zerv is gonna be on the run it back here, and I think he has
Smart.
predicted the location of the Omen, and he might just get it. But now the Omen is gonna be the smarter one, as he will deny it, and there is a smokes coming in. A very well play, a very bamboozling play coming in, as that is gonna be forcing Wolframite to fall back to mid window, and I believe they're gonna be going for A this time around, aggressive, because it is pretty much doable. Aku's gonna take the flight to get the confirmation, and yes, it is gonna be an execution, but there's a rotation coming in from the Omen, and the Jet is also waiting there. And I think the Jet has an operator to work with. Yes, she does. And now, if she can connect the shots, that is gonna be devastating. But there is the smoke on his face, on her face, and Zerv is gonna pick up a kill on Shuhei. Well, Shiftry is gonna be giving away his location by shooting the operator, and now he missed their shots as well, and that is gonna be a problem for him. And Exceeli 4v2 situation is just gonna get the kill on him. Fancy is on a flank. Well, this round is not going really great for Exceeli so far, but let's see if Fancy9 can make miracles happen. Well, he will get the first one, but now everybody knows exactly where he is. He's coming from Sewers, and now he will have to get the kill onto his twin brother, but he will find that kill, but Zerv is gonna get him out of the board. That's how we're going to be seeing Exceeli getting one more round on their board, and that is going to be putting us to one round of a difference when it comes to Exceeli's and Wolframite's scoreline. 4-3, still in favor of Exceeli, but I don't think Exceeli can hold on to it. But still, let's see how Wolframite is going to be playing it out.
I was a really good round coming out from the side of Wolframite. Not only did they play for the picks, but they understood the limits that they can test going up against the side of Exceeli. Because in the last round in particular, they went in a little bit too aggressive, especially when it came down to their own plan. They didn't have the spike. They kept on going aggressive. They were not paying attention to what they can do to try and win that round, and it really did go out of hand. Going down to a 2 versus 2 from a 4 versus 2 is not something that you would expect, but now it seems that the Wolframite, they don't give a damn about what's happening.
Oh dear.
Through one by one, getting all of those kills. No trades coming on out. The 1 versus 1 fight being taken from the side of Exceeli really did hurt them a lot. They're not playing as a team that we would have expected them to play it, but Duke actually gonna be able to get a kill straight through that smoke, but that's all that he's gonna be able to find. Kyochi getting another kill of his own on the Fancy9, and Duke, he's the last member remaining. There's nothing that he can do. Get spammed on down by the last few remaining members of Wolframite. One by one, they get all the kills, and they're able to find everything. 4-4 on the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of Wolframite, and a really good execution coming out from them down towards the seaside, and with this, they're going to be able to shatter the economy of Exceeli, taking us down to this even-Steven scoreline, keeping us going for a possible very close match coming out from both of these teams, because you do have to remember, this is Wolframite's home map. If they want to make a stand, they need to make it here, and they need to make it.
I think they're just making that aggressive, and as you can see, Wolframite just did not equalize the round counts. They also destroyed the economy of Exceeli, because look at the buys they have. Shoefrix is the only player going for an assault rifle, but everybody else is going for the full half shield. Well, Fancy9 can afford to go for a full shield, which is something he will be doing here, but it's actually going to be hard for them to take the gunfights here. But still, considering Exceeli can win their eco rounds, this can be something Wolframite cannot underestimate. And still, they're going to be going for a very aggressive rush here, but it is going to be predicted by Wolframite, as they will toss everything they have to deny the entry instead of C. But looks like C was just a fake, because aside Jet, everybody's going to be going for the rotation, and I think that was a very well execution from Wolframite's side, because they have pretty much dragged everybody from the side of the defensive team, and looks like they have just made the damage. But Duke is going to find Aku, and now they're trying to get the information where their opponents can be. Wolframite is actually going back to their spawn, and I think they just may go back to C once again. But Fancy is going to be on the flank, and he will find the spike carrier that is going to be tossing on off the board. Wolframite is really not having a good round so far, considering they have good weaponry. Zerv is going to be going for mid here, but if he too, I was actually about to say that if he sprays through the smoke, he might just get tubed, but eventually he will not get tubed. But Fancy is going to get him. Kyuchi is going to pick up his double, and now it's going to be a 2v2 situation. It's going to be possible for Wolframite now. Let's see if they can make it happen. Ezio is going to be going for C, but unfortunately the spike is not with him. Sova will have to make his way to C, or the Cypher will have to make his way to A, but there's everybody crossing each other, and now I think it's gonna be a matter of time when we see Misal getting the kill onto Ezio, and that's something which is just gonna happen. Kyochi will make it into A, but there's 8 seconds left. He does have the time to go for the plan, and he does have the Hunter's Fury to deny the plant defusal, but he will have to stay alive because there's 2 players against him. Kyochi is going to be going forward, and he will find his own twin brother, but his twin brother is going to get the kill on him. And that is going to be another somewhat thrifty round in the favor of Exceeli, because they were on half buy, but doesn't matter. Exceeli will take the round and regain the lead. 5-4 is going to be the scoreline. What an execution from the side of Exceeli. They were aggressive, and that is something Team Wolframite just did not predict or expect. And that's how they're going to be losing the equalization as Exceeli takes it away. And let's see if they can hold on to that, because As you mentioned, Aggressive, this is Wolframite's home ground, and obviously they have a lot of fans up on their pockets. And if they are really putting it on the harder side, I think Exceeli is going to be having a very hard time keeping it up on the driver's seat.
That is for sure. That's going to be a pretty rough start coming out from the side of Wolframite because you'd expect this round to go in their favor. And what I did love coming out from the side of Exceeli is understanding the economy system of this game. You have to consider Exceeli lost about 3 rounds consecutively. This means that their loss streak bonus has gone up even higher than previously. So they're going to be able to afford to go in for these full buys and still stay alive. And Toxin, he's actually going to be able to get a kill down on the missile. Beautiful shots coming out from him as he tries to get a kill down onto H2. The flicks were on point, ladies and gentlemen. And he is going to be able to get the first initial frag. And this is so important as well because you have to remember that the ultimate is already ready coming out from the side of Zerv. So Zerv, these are the prime spot to use that run it back and get as much information and do as much damage as he possibly can to get his team down into the side and get them rolling for it. And he's going to be popping that run it back and he's going to be making a roll for it soon enough. The ultimate has been popped. He does spot on the first initial member. The shots are not getting raining on in, but that does deal a lot of damage coming out from their side. But he's actually going to be able to get the kill down on the Zerv. He is on the receiving end of a lot of hurt, and with this, the equalization has gone through, but it's not really as equal as you would think, ladies and gentlemen, because looking at the health bars of all the members of the side of Exceeli, they're in a pretty tough spot. But Duke, he's going to be the equalizer. He has his resurrection, and he can bring back
left.
Missile to make this retake even easier.
Speak of the devil. And now, as I mentioned, speak of the devil, we're going to be seeing the resurrection coming in. Fancy is going to get a kill onto the Omen, and now there's going to be an manpower advantage for the side of Team Exceeli. And there's a 100 streak coming in from the side of Exceeli. But still, it's not going to be very successful. Oh dear. I think I have some questions right there because I'm actually not understanding how Aku died from heaven. But still, actually, how Aku got the kill. But still, the plan is going to be going down, and still it's a manpower advantage for the side of Team Exceeli. And the retake can be doable, but there's a crossfire setups coming in from QT and Ezio, and Duke will be in a position where he will have to take fights one by one, and he will take that, and he will get the kill, followed up by Shufrix. It's all up to Aku now. Aku can make it happen, but still, he does not have good HP to work with, and he will fall due to that. Shufrix is going to get the kill, and that is going to be another retake coming in from the side of Exceeli. They are going to be confirming pretty much, or let's say the breathing zone after halftime, as they have recovered half of the required rounds of halftime, and considering this is an attacker favored map, I think Exceeli has the breathing zone to work with because we're seeing 3 more rounds to go, and then we're gonna be actually wait a second, actually 2 more rounds to go, and then we're gonna be heading into the attacking rounds of Exceeli, and I'm really excited to see how Exceeli is gonna be going for the attacking rounds because they are extremely aggressive when it comes to the attacking rounds. And Wolframite, well, they may have the strategies obviously because this is their selected map. Well, this is still gonna be a question. This is gonna be somewhat of a coin toss for me. So let's see which team is gonna be able to win that toss here.
See if they're gonna be able to find it out though, because Aku is going in for those long range knives, and those are very difficult to hit. He has only 3 more lines left, and he needs to be using them very sparingly to try and get some of these skill sets. Gets spotted out by the Owl drone, so he needs to back on off towards the other sidelines, and it seems the Wolframite, they're trying to test as much waters as they possibly can, but look at the positioning of Fancy Dai. He is so far up there, and if there's one mistake coming out from the side of Ezio, that could be all but over for their side. And Fancy, understanding this, he actually opts to go in for an aggressive tripwire, holding down the A side from much more further up, trying to keep them guessing. But Sarah, beautiful shot down onto the side of Duke. He was not ready for any of that, and with Missile getting another reverse strike down onto the side of Toxin, actually pushing it straight through that smoke. He's gonna be able to. Wait, no, he didn't even push through that smoke. He just spammed it in the left side corner. And Zerv, he's on the receiving end of a lot of hurt. This one gets another kill down into Kyochi, shutting down another, and one by one, everything's just falling apart for the side of Wolframite, ladies and gentlemen. There's nowhere for them to run, and there is nowhere for them to hide. One by one, they get those kills. And Fancy Knight has a little bit of casual toxicity, as always, between friends. 7-4 on the scorecard, and one more round. Yep. One more round for us to go into the next task. Let's see if the side of Wolframite can take us down to a 7-5, because personally I do believe that if they're able to take us down to a 7-5, they're going to have a pretty good spot. They are going to be in a pretty good spot to go in for a proper comeback.
Absolutely, because there is the pistol rounds, and you can obviously take the pistol rounds, which will give you a slightly of an upper hand when it comes to taking the lead. But either way, we're seeing Wolframite going for a very aggressive peak. But there is something I do want to mention. their economy management, because I saw a Bulldog in the hands of Ezio, and Ezio is gonna fall in the hands of Fancy, and there is this Cypher neural theft coming in from Fancy, and that is gonna reveal the location of Wolframite players. And Wolframite is on a tough situation because they do not have the... So actually, they can recover the spike, but still they do not have the manpower advantage, and they will have to go for a quick execution. Even though they can go for an A execution now because A is completely clear according to what we can see on the map, but still, it's not gonna be easy. But we're just saying it. There's an all-round being crossing inside of Garage. Hansen is gonna be getting a kill onto Zerv, and that's not gonna be making things harder for Team Wolframite. It's all up to Kyochi now. Kyochi is gonna pick up one, but now he is against 3 players. He does have the spike, but he will have to get the kills as well, because going for the plant is gonna be doable, but still getting the kills are gonna be halfway hard. And there you go. He's gonna pick up one, but not the remainders. He's gonna get the kill, and that's how we're gonna be heading into a split of 8-4. Well, 7-5 would have been a better split. Trust me, Aggressive, but still, I think 8-4 can be doable. But for the side of Wolframite, I think they must win the pistol rounds, because otherwise, I'm actually looking down, or let's say I'm predicting that Exceeli will crack the double digits, and if they can crack the double digits, that match or this map can go to a point of no return, unless miracle happens.
It's going to be quite questionable, to say the very least, of how side of Wolframite are going to be able to hold down strong onto this matchup, because this is going to be quite difficult for their end. But Ezio on this side, he's obviously going for the Cypher Cam, but this Cypher Cam only works, I do believe, after the round really does start on up. Let's see what happens this time. Ezio giving up on the cap entirely. He's like, I'm not going to do this anymore. It's all done. I'm just going to walk away from all of this. But still, moving on forward, what we were actually saying, that, hey, side of Wolframite, they're gonna be in a pretty good spot. Thompson with a double headshot. Juice break. He was not ready for any of that. And with Thompson getting the first to pick out, the shock darts are gonna be waiting on it. Duke gets tagged down to pretty low HP.
Oh dear.
With another shock dart straight to the body. Shutting down another, but Fancy. Incredible headshot down onto Aku. Good crosshair placement coming out from him. There's nowhere to run and there is nowhere to hide. That's gonna be 3 versus 4 on the map, ladies and gentlemen. Heiku going in for a massive paranoia of his own, but with the spike already halfway defused, they're gonna be in a pretty good spot to keep things going for their side. But they took that flag.
Oh dear!
He shuts out 1, he shuts out 2, he could shut down 3, but he doesn't have the bullets to do so. Did not get the first initial headshot down onto Ezio. If he did get that headshot, I do believe that it would have changed everything, ladies and gentlemen. Really good try coming out from the side of Exceeli, ladies and gentlemen, and things just backfired almost instantly for the side of Wolframite, because Hate Crew, with his massive brain, was able to shut down so much so quickly.
Well, you know, Aggressive, I knew from day one that Omen is not human. But what was that flank? Nobody absolutely had any idea about the Omen's location. And with the trigger discipline, he did take 2. But unfortunately, there was too many targets for the Classic to go for. And that's how he missed. But still, kudos to him for the play with the try. And now they're going to be going for an eco on here. And no, wait a second. This is actually a force buy coming in from the side of Exceeli. I think they're really not looking forward to give away the rounds. And I think they just may be able to pick it up. And I think Exceeli is going to be going for very aggressive pushes. And yes, they will go for the exact same play once again. Plan is going to go down. Ezio is going to get a kill onto Duke. And now, with the plan being down, I think they can burn the time, but still burning the time is going to be slightly hard, as there's so many deafening sounds coming in. And now we're seeing the baits coming down. Shufrix is going to go to the smoke. He's going to pick up Kyochi. He's going to pick up another one. Missile is going to pick up another one as well. It's a 4v2. And suddenly, and looks like this round is not going to be going in favor of the defenders. Well, that's how it is. Zerves is going to be going for the cage, and he might get a kill onto the Zeri. Yes, he does. He will have to connect the kills onto the Cypher as well, but no, he will not be able to connect the shot due to the recall. It's all up to Ezio now. Now he can go for the 2K, but he doesn't have the time, and Missile is going to put him out of his misery. What was that round, Aggressive? Oh dear, Exceeli's force buy was a successful. If it was a failure, they would have been forced to go for an eco on the 3rd round of the 2nd half. Well, they did take the round, and it is going to be a problem for Wolframite for the time being, because one more round off the board, we're going to be seeing Exceeli cracking the double digits. Now, we're seeing Wolframite instead going for the eco rounds here. And while we're at it, we're going to be heading into a post timer. I think there's a technical difficulty coming in.
Now, the main thing in particular that I really want to talk about here is the potential pushes that are coming out from Exceeli. I really love the fact that they understand that, hey, this is an eco round, so why won't we just make a push down onto the B side? Because especially when you're going in for those force buys, when there are specters in hand, when there are pistols in hand, the B side is very prime to prime up for the taking, because if you put up that Sage wall down onto one single sideline, there's only one side that you need to worry about. That basically allows you to go in for a free plan, get the spike down, get back out, and then play for the post line in a much more of a beautiful manner. And that's exactly what they did on round number 1. And this is also what happened in round number 2 of the second half. And this was so smart coming out from them, understanding that, hey, if we camp inside of the smoke, maybe Wolframite will make that push, and we're going to be the ones to take them out because we have the better weaponry for these close ranges. And Shoe3, he played that beautifully. But at the same time, Wolframite, no one made a push down from the side of Garage. Just imagine a situation where one member pushed down from the side of Garage. Kyochi waited for his recon mode to come on through, revealed everyone, used his owl drone, and then made the push happen. Everything would have changed right then and there to make it all possible for them to go in for a proper retake scenario and go in for an easier spike defuse. These small mistakes coming out from Wolframite is costing them so massively every single time moving on forward into this matchup that I really do believe that if Wolframite keep on making these small mistakes, especially when it comes down to these thrifty rounds, it's going to be quite a massive detriment for their side moving on forward.
Indeed. Well, Wolframite is, as you can see, is going for an eco here. They can take the damage here, but if they are going for the mistakes, as you mentioned, this is really going to be a problem. But I think this is something they can still cope up with because there is another map. But the problem is, this is Heaven and this is their selected map. And if they are making the mistakes repeatedly, well, trust me, people tend to say that mistakes, people learn from their mistakes, but I say that if you're making mistakes, one day you're going to be the master of making mistakes, and I think they can work on it. And looks like Duke is going to find a kill onto Exceeli, and there's so many eco weapons coming in. Misa's gonna be the only player who's gonna be getting a kill with this assault rifle here, and Shufrix will find himself inside of the objective, and suddenly the bloodbath just happened. We're seeing 2 players alive from the side of Wolframite. This is a damage they can potentially take, but still, this is a lot of damage. This is something we just did not expect. The remainder of the players are hiding inside of the garage area. Kyochi is gonna get a kill onto Fancy, and I think he can recover a gun as well for himself. Zerv is also gonna get a kill onto Shufrix, and now this can be doable because I believe both of the players from both sides can have the external weapons to go for. Zerv doesn't have a weapon, however, but I think he does not need that. He's running with the Ghost, and I think he might just get a kill onto Missile, but no, Missile will not miss his shots as he has the assault rifle. And there you have it. Exceeli is going to be packing double digits, and this is something Wolframite can still take the damage from. But here on out, if they are keeping it up, there's a snowball effect coming in, and this match will indeed head into a situation of no return. 10-5 is the score line. Wolframite will have to win double the rounds they have in order to just equalize it. And that is going to be a huge task, to say the least. Do you think Wolframite is going to be able to make it happen, Aggressive?
Yes, I'm Kirito in a nutshell. Don't worry.
Bro, please don't bully me. Please don't bully me.
I'm just kidding you. Don't worry.
I'm missing him, man. What can I do? I'm missing him.
That is for sure. We're going to have it back soon, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about that. But moving on back towards the round in particular, I really do believe that Wolframite, they have the potential to try and make things happen. But if they make aggressive pushes like that, I don't think that that's going to be working out in their favor. These small mistakes coming out from the side of Wolframite, they're not playing together as a cohesive unit. They're constantly making the same mistakes over and over again. They're trying to take these 1-versus-1 fights. They're not opting to play in for the retake scenarios. And that's what's really hurting them every single time. And from the side of Exceeli, they're just making use of every single one of their pushes as they possibly can. They understand that, hey, if Wolframite are going to make those mistakes, if they're going to play it a little bit too aggressively, we're going to be the ones to try and make use of all of that. And here, Missile, he just walks straight into towards the A side and gets a kill down on Reserve. And Reserve, he was none the wiser. He was expecting a push down towards the C side. And that caught him off completely. Kyochi, he gets caught off as well as Fancy makes his push through. Aku gets one onto the side of Aku and Kyochi at the same time. That's all but over for their end. 11-5 on the scorecard, and one more round to go into match point, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a pretty rough spot for the side of Wolframite because I do believe that they're opting to go in for those saves. But at this point, are you sure you want to play for the overtime? Because 7 rounds consecutively, that's a tall order for you to have.
Absolutely, but I think they have made up their mind. They're going to be going for the eco here with half shields. Let's see if they can make it happen. It's going to be fairly difficult, but I believe them, so let's see if they can make it up. Aku's going to get the information that it is going to be a C-long execution as he will go for the smokes, and there's the smokes coming in from the Omen as well. Exceeli is not playing it aggressively this time around, but they're playing it smart. We're going to be seeing Toxin holding onto the garage door, but he does not have a good gun to take the fight against Duke, as Duke will take the victory against the Omen. Fancina is going to take a victory onto Phoenix as well, and there is so many utilities being tossed in, and now I think the execution can be possible, as the plan is going to be going down inside of B, and I really don't see this round going in favor of Wolframite because they do not have the manpower, they do not have the weaponry to work with, but they just might be able to recover some, and they will. Fancina is gonna get a kill onto Ezio as well, and now it's all up to Aku, but Aku is also gonna fall in the hands of HQ. And as you said, Krito, I think this match has already gone to a point of no return. Match point for Team Exceeli Esports, and trust me, I'm really not seeing any anomaly or light of hope for the side of Wolframite. If they want to take if they really want to push it to the limits, I think the best chance they have is actually on the second map, which is going to be Bind. Let's see if they can make it happen. But Exceeli is also having a good match so far, but let's see if they can make it happen.
12-5 on the scorecards. Quite a tall order for their side, especially when now Missile just brought out an operator. So this operator is going to be even more deadlier moving on forward. But it seems the Wolframite, they're in a pretty tough spot. It feels as though they've given up on this map in particular, and they just want to go towards the second map entirely. Serve, he's trying to make a couple of jiggle peeks onto the other side, does spot out the Outron. The flashes are going to be coming on through, and he's actually going to be able to catch out H2. Beautiful first kill, and with this first kill, they're going to be able to shut down quite a lot. But look at the positioning!
Oh my god!
He's going to be able to hit that shot as well, Duke! He's a battle sage through and through. Not only was he able to get the resurrection, he threw off the aim of Serve so hard, and he was able to expect it all to happen as well. Fancy getting a 140 of his lifetime, probably getting another 140 of his own. Does get spotted out by the recon bolt. He has nowhere to run, and Aku's gonna be the one to take him down. 140 is all that he needs to survive and get those kills. And I do believe that Fancy, he's cursing himself for not buying a vandal in this type of scenario, but still, no harm, no foul. Keep on moving forward. The other three does get popped on off, and it's gonna be Hateful getting a revenge kill down onto Aku, shutting down another Toxin, going in for the shots of his own. He's not gonna go to find it though. Toxin making a TP down towards the left side, but Missile, he knows exactly what's up. Goes in for a beautiful shot of his own, shutting down another, and that's gonna be 2 versus 4 on the map. Making it 1 versus 4 on the map, ladies and gentlemen. And Kyochi, the odds are stacked against him. He has nowhere to run and he has nowhere to hide. But Shoestring, he makes one mistake, but another mistake. The knights are gonna be going on through, the sheriff shots are gonna be coming on in, but Messi's gonna be the one to shut him down. A little bit of casual toxicity in the end to shut it all down. 30-5 on the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen, to keep everything going for their side. And it's gonna be the side of Exceeli taking map number 1. And with the home map taken away from the side of Wolframite, map number 2 is going to be quite a tall road for their side.
Absolutely. Well, Exceeli is showing off what they can do individually. Well, I was about to say Zerv getting the initial kill might be the chance for them to take that round, but eventually the Sage went for the resurrection and he got the kill onto the targeted Phoenix. And trust me, that is where Wolframite's confidence just collapsed into pieces, and that is how Wolframite just couldn't take the victory. That's a very heartbreaking victory from their end, but still they have one more chance against Exceeli on the second map, and they will have to work hard. Tall order, as you said. This is indeed gonna be, very hard for them, but not impossible entirely. Well, we didn't see too many teams defeating Exceeli this time around for the past, for pretty much all the time we've seen Exceeli in action in the Bangladeshi scenario. So this is gonna be hard for Wolframite in general, but as I mentioned, it's not gonna be impossible. So let's see if they can make it happen. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, there is the scoreboard lying in your front. HQ is going to be having the most of the kills. And we did see this Omen did a lot of damage single-handedly. Considering he is not a duelist, but he did fill the role of a duelist. Shoefreaks was the only duelist, but still he is actually having a casual day here. It doesn't matter. And all in all, Exceeli, as I mentioned, they're showing off their individual skills. And undoubtedly, those individual skills are really matched to none. That being said, we're going to be taking a break, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be heading into the second map in a short while. So do stay tuned, grab some popcorn, grab some drinks, because the second map is going to be heated up most likely. So stay tuned. We're going to be right back.
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম। বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ, যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল সহ 2টি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত, এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ 2টি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে, এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বের নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের 2টি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছি। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম। বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ, যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল সহ 2টি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত, এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ 2টি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে, এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বের নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের 2টি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছি। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল সহ 2টি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ 2টি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বের নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের 2টি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছি। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল সহ 2টি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ 2টি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বের নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের 2টি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছি। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন।
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the stream once again. And now we're going to be presenting you the second map of the day, which is going to be selected by Team Exceeli Esports. In case you guys have missed the first stream, Wolframite and Exceeli was faced off against on the map of Heaven, that is. And Exceeli took a pretty dominant victory against Wolframite with a score of 13-5, actually. Oh my god, what am I saying tonight? Oh dear, but let's see how Bind is going to be played. Please don't mind me. I know Aggressive bullied me a lot, but now we're going to be heading into the second map of the day. And joining me is gonna be this time actual Kirito. Well,
Well,
Aggressive is not gonna be.
I'm here. Well, nice to hear that you missed me in the stream, but now you don't have to miss me because I'm here, and we're going to be going into this next map in Bind, which is the pick for Exceeli, may I remind you, because considering how the first match went, despite it being Wolframite's map pick, it looked really one-sided, and Exceeli, we saw those coordinated pushes, the coordinated peaks. Every time a kill came out, it was the kill was followed up by a utility usage. They weren't going for those blind peaks, and always there was somebody there who could possibly take the the trade for the kill, the refrags. So Exceeli, they are as usually they're very coordinated, and especially coming the new player for Exceeli, Duke. He has been performing really well. I thought that he would have some issues, chemistry wise, just getting into the team, playing their first match. I thought he might have some time to adjust. He might have some troubles, but overall, they're looking really good, and especially in this map of Bind, I'm expecting him to frag out even more. On the other side of Wolframite, we are seeing they're not really playing as a team. They're going in for those, those sort of dry peaks. And oh my god, Hate Crew, he's going for the Astra. Well,
This is gonna
ladies
be
and gentlemen,
interesting. Trust me.
ladies
this is
and
gonna be
gentlemen, it's official. The Astra meta is coming to Bangladesh. Yep.
Well, trust me, this is something I've been waiting for so long, Kirito. So long. Because Astra, not only she's a controller, but she's actually a pretty good agent as well. The
Oh,
amount
and
of
Viper
utility-
too. I didn't realize. Missile's going for Viper.
Actually, I was about to say that. Well, the amount of controllers, or let's say control, the Astra brings onto the board, not to mention the utilities, trust me, she's gonna be a heck of a unit for Wolframite to deal with. But still, let's see how it's gonna be played out. Missile also going for the Viper, and yeah, Viper is gonna be having a lot of love after the recent buff. But I'm not gonna say that after the recent buff, Viper is overpowered, but I think this is actually a buff Viper needed from day one. Well, considering I'm personally a player who used to play Viper in the beta because I thought Viper just looks cute, I think Viper's cuteness is just gonna increase thanks to that. And let's see how our lovely girl is gonna be performing in this match around by the pick coming from Missile. Well, this is Vine we're talking about, and I'm seeing the rays popping out from the side of Wolframite, and this is something I really admire because in the map of Vine, there's so many choke angles that you can use the utility of explosion from the side of rays, and that is one of the reasons we see the molly or grenade of agents like rays, then Brimstone and Phoenix are extremely powerful on this map. But this time around, we're actually not seeing anything such from the side of Exceeli. But yeah, we do have the snake bite from the side of Viper, so that can be something they can really rely on. But either way, we're gonna be heading into the first place round. Fancy's opting to go for the frenzy here. He will do some damage with the with the frenzy. Well, he will destroy some utilities, and we see the Astra is already on her, I like to call it Astra form, but I like to call it the monk form because she is being a monk. She is, taking some time to concentrate or something. But never mind, we're gonna be back to that later. I believe this is gonna be execution from the side of Exceeli because they are really not going for the rotations. Aside the Viper cutting off the rotation. Well, I think they just may go for the execution any second.
Oh no,
Aku
this
is gonna be going for the Cubby, and there is the execution coming in. Aku was concussed, and he will not get the kill thus. And Fancy's gonna pick up a double, but he's gonna be taken out by the boombot from Zerv. But Duke has done a lot of damage to the side of Wolframite, and there's the heals coming in, and the plan is gonna be going on any second now. He will take some cover, and he will go for a long plan instead on top of the hut. And now, Zerv did go for the elbow, but he will not find success as Shuk is very clear. And sadly, Ezio was also opting to go for the side of elbow, as Missile will go for the flank, and he will get the kill. And that was a very well executed pistol round coming in from the side of Exceeli. And Wolframite can take the damage for now because, the first two rounds can be put as example rounds, or should I say experimental rounds, because you might want to see how your opponents are going to be playing it. But Wolframite has seen how Exceeli will be playing it as they played one map already. But I think the Astra pick coming in from the side of Exceeli, that is something they're actually surprised to see. But, excuse me right there. Let's see how they will be opting to go for the upcoming setups. We're going to be seeing Wolframite going for the Eco and Exceeli going for the half-buy. Wait, Assault Rifle?
Okay, immediately we're going to see Missile. He's going to go for a Phantom in his hand and get a frag. But we're going to see Aku with the trade-off in completely opposite sides. The rest of the players of Exceeli are trying to rendezvous around that position outside garage, possibly bait him out for one more peek, but Aku's not give them anything. But speaking of the Astra, the coordination of Exceeli was so good. The Astra using that utility, using the I'm not sure what it's called. I think it is called the Nova
Which
Pulse.
one?
If I'm not sure, the stun, the thing that
The
stuns.
concussion, yeah.
Yeah, the concussion. It concussed Aku when the players pushed in, and immediately the recon was followed up by Shoestreak, and that gave away the player's position despite being paranoid by the Omen of Toxin. So a lot of good coordination coming out from Exceeli, but immediately we can see Aku going for a jump peek in Belong. He's gonna spot out missile and he's gonna have to fall back, but he is in a very dangerous position. See Fancy gonna jump in. What a jumping Spectre shot. He's gonna clear the entirety of Long, taking down Aku. Hate crew getting take out Kyochi. Zerg with a trade and a second one with his classic. He's gonna equalize things, make it a 2v2, and he's gonna get gunned down. It's all down to this one player Toxin with a classic, but there's not much he can do as missile. That assault rifle force buy is really working out in his favor. And we're going to see some friendly dances, as we would like to call it, come out from the side of Exceeli. The coordination is so good. The utility is, it's so well coordinated. It's working like clockwork right now. The cogs are all nicely oiled and they're all like rotating properly. Everything is really, really well executed by Exceeli. But right now we're going to see Wolframite with those buy rounds. And they really like to play aggressive, especially players like Aku and Zerv. Ezio too, he's a really consistent fragger. So this is the time where they have to shine with those rifles.
Absolutely. And I just noticed that Missile dropped for Duke because he could not afford a full armor. As they are going for a full buy here, Exceeli is actually showing up how much they can do. And yes, as you mentioned, the coordination, we know how experienced these players are, and that's why they're actually showing up with the usual series. And we're actually seeing a very OG strat from the side of Exceeli, and they are actually going to find the success, I believe, as the spike goes down without any much of a competition. But there is Toxin with 1 kill, but now he will fall, as we're going to be seeing a 4v5 situation coming in from the side of Exceeli. And I think they're predicting the flanks, but it is actually going to be a full-on CT side push. Kyuchi is going to be going for the U-haul, and he is going to find True Freaks while he was off guard. And now that can be doable because he will have to find 1 more kill in order just to equalize it. Kyuchi is going for the recon. Well, he might just get the information under the target.
Behind the wall.
Actually hiding behind the Viper wall. Oh no, the timing. H2 is going to get one, but he's going to be retagged instantly by Ezio. But he does not. He's not going to be able to go for that. And there you go. Fancy Man is going to be going for his usual, friendship dance, as I love to call it, as you mentioned, and that is going to be the buy round going in favor of Exceeli. Well, very well execution of an OG strategy, but never gets sold. Wolframite is actually going to be going for an eco this time around because I believe that was a buy round from them as well. Yes, it was, and that is going to be slightly hard for them, but still, this is not over yet. 3 rounds of a gap is not the end of the world. Wolframite will have to play it smart because this time around we're seeing we're seeing Team Exceeli opting to go for, slightly, but linear pushes because they are really not playing it like we're actually going to be faking this objective and then we're going to be taking a rotation or something, but man, it's really not the case. So this is something Team Wolframite can capitalize on, but whether they will be able to do so or not, I think they will be because there's the 2 initial kills coming in from the Sheriffs as the Sheriffs are in the town. But there's the equalization coming in once again, and suddenly it's all up to Duke. He does have the resurrection to go for a revive, and I think he's just going to do that. He's going to bring HQ back on the board, and now I think he can make some damage, but there is the problem that Wolframite has the manpower, but at the same time, Exceeli has the advantage of the weaponry. Kyuchi is going to be on a flank, and now Hyochi's flank can be proven to be huge, but there is a TP coming in from the side of Exceeli. I think he wanted to take the weapon, but I think he does have a good weapon, so I don't think that's really not the case. And there is the smokes coming in from the Astra, and now executing B is going to be fairly doable. Kyuchi is already on the flank once again from the side of Hookah, and I think from the players of Exceeli, they're pretty much oblivious. And if they are being oblivious, this can be huge for Kyuchi. Oh, unfortunately, he's going to miss the players as the players will go towards B long now. And HQ is going to be going to the Astral form, which will obviously put down the concussive and etc. Duke is going to pick up a kill onto Aku, and there is a kill coming in from the side of HQ, and Duke is also going to fall. A very well retake from the side of Wolframite, as they will take the victory on an eco round. That can be huge for Wolframite. 3-1 still in favor of Team Exceeli.
Yeah, well, Wolframite getting the first round in this first half coming out of them. 3-1 the score, and this could be the momentum boost for them. This first round, especially being an eco, could give them the confidence to take down a team like Exceeli. Although it's a tall task for them, it is still very much possible considering that the fragging potential coming out of Zerv and Aku and Ezio. Even in the eco rounds, they were able to get those headshots with the Sheriffs, and that is the kind of fragging they need to do against a really well-coordinated team like Exceeli. If they have even a certain degree of utility coordination, utility, utilization, and teamwork. I don't think it's going to be that much impossible for them to take them down, but it is still very tough to attain that sort of coordination between your teammates right now. We're going to see Fancy 9 walk into the... I've seen Aku use that trap wire so many times, yet I'm really surprised Heiku wasn't aware of that. I do think that Exceeli really studied their opponents, but for some reason he wasn't aware that Ezio used that sort of trap wires. But right now we're going to see a 4v5 in favor of Wolframite, as we see 3 players holding the side of B. That's going to really push them out of that side and causing them to fall back, possibly rotate towards the A side, but where we're going to see Missile, the Viper, has gained so much ground in showers. And he can also provide some cover for his players coming down A short with that Viper utility. And I have to say they're really using the Viper utility well. Now, the Viper isn't overpowered. This is a really good balancing done by Riot. And coordination is extremely important. Right now, we're going to see the Astral coming in, but Zerv, he's going to take down Duke. The bomb has been dropped. We're going to see Kyoshi even going for an ultimate. No! He misses the ultimate, but he gets a frag onto Hate Crew. Shoespeak does get a trade, though, before dying onto Ezio. There's another trade. Toxin going to take it out, but Zerv with a triple kill. He's looking for a 4K, but Missile. He's all the way in backside, looking at CT. It's only 70 HP. So he should be relatively easy to take out. So Wolframite might take 2 rounds in a row. We're going to see a recon popping in, and that's not going to get him. But he gets a headshot onto Kyoshi. But Zerv, he has a good angle. But he almost misses. Almost gets the shot there, but Missile, he's going to lose his life. 4K for Zerv. It's really saving his team there. And we're going to see another round going in favor of Wolframite. And I think that's going to force Exceeli into a half-buy or even an eco. So they can pretty much go for another round here if they can play it smart enough. But, cornering Exceeli into Nico and having them in a really pressurized situation will make them even more coordinated and even more motivated to take these sites with high level of teamwork. So I think Wolframite just need to be aware of that, not really become overconfident, and hopefully they're going to equalize things up in this round.
Indeed, let's see if they can make it happen. Well, Wolframite does have the chance to do so, and I think they will just live up to that. Fancy 9 is gonna see a spot out the boomba thrown to his direction, and as you mentioned with the half-buy, this is actually the case. Exceeli is going for the half-buy. Aside some... Actually, no, Fancy 9 is the only player who's going for the Spectre here, and the remainder is gonna be going for the handguns. So, being a eco here, I think they can try to do as much damage as they can, and they're actually trying to do just that. But doing so is going to be half the challenge, and there is the Viper wall coming in, and there is the Viper Spit coming in, as Missile is going to get some cover in order to get the plan done. But I think he will have to do some more job in order to make it happen. Fancy9 is going to pick up a first kill onto Aku, but there's a reflect coming from the side of Zerv. Zerv is still on a rampage. He's not done yet. HQ is gonna walk inside of the smoke, and I think he just might find Ezio, but Ezio can also go for the spray, and he will do just that. And Duke is also gonna get a kill onto Zerv, but there is the sheriffs in the town, and Missile is gonna pick up a kill onto Kyoji, and not to mention the weapon recovered from him. Viper is still inside of the cloud. Duke is gonna be on the flank, and I think he just might spot out Ezio, but no, Ezio's gonna spot him out first. Missile is gonna find himself in a 1v2. Fairly doable, considering he is inside of his own trap, but eventually there is a drop coming in from the side of Toxin. That is something Missile just did not expect, and that is how we're gonna be seeing the equalization coming in from the side of Wolframite Esports. What an execution and what a denial, just to deny the plant and etc. The Viper speed was good enough for the cover, but still it just did not work out the way it was planned. 3-3 in favor of none. Let's see which team takes the driver's seat on the 7th round.
Well, that was an interesting round coming out. Missile pulling out the Viper speed, but somehow wasn't able to utilize it. I mean, even though, Viper says that welcome to my world, they were in Missile's world there, but in the end he stepped into Toxin's Omen's world, into the smoke, and Toxin took full advantage of that, getting the final frag. We can see another fast execution towards a Toxin from top, getting a frag to hit, is gonna fall back. That is really valuable. Fancy 9, he's gonna go for the Empress right now. It's a 4v5, still winnable, but Toxin is quite low in HP, so it's gonna be really difficult for him to take a fight. They don't have any healers, so potentially a 4v4. You can see Fancy 9 discover. Missile with another frag onto Aku, making this an advantage for Exceeli. We're gonna see Zerv pushing through the Viper utility. A good shot dart is gonna get almost some damage onto Fancy 9, but Zerv's gonna get taken out. The Empress really working in favor for Exceeli right now. Kyoshi does finally end that killing spree and making this a 2v3. Barely avoiding that shock dart, but they have no time for the defuse. The Viper utility is gonna deny them to defuse. 2 bullets for Kyoshi. He's still gonna try and go for that. It is a 1v1. But Ezio doesn't get the shot, and Duke proving to be really valuable for his team. Even though he's a newcomer, he's doing these clutches, playing as a Sage too. And we're gonna see Exceeli finally get around and 3-4 the score. They're gonna be taking the lead again. And despite that being a really, really close round for both sides, we're gonna see good utility, good fragging coming out of both teams. In the end, Exceeli did win on like sheer gunfights, just winning that 1v1, winning that 1v2. And Fancy9 also really helpful with that Empress, getting 3 frags, I think. At least 2, I'm not sure, but he did definitely help out his teammate.
Yeah, absolutely. Empress doing Empress things, and that is how Exceeli took another run on the board. And I think they may get one more considering they have slightly better arsenal. Well, actually, no, this is actually not applicable for them. It's actually applicable for Wolframite because they have better shields. And there is the one-way smoke, or let's say the cage from Aqua, and he will secure the kill onto the Sage. Well, sadly, Sage is not going to be seeing much action this time around, and there is the refrag. There is no refrag, actually. Ezio is going to keep up the killing streak by eliminating Missile here. So it's going to be a 3v5 situation. HQ is going to spot out. I think he spotted out Toxin, but never mind. There is the Owl drones coming in from the side of the Sova, and there is the pop-out. HQ might follow the drone, and he will find a kill on the Toxin. Now that is 1 kill, but still they will have to make it happen. There is the Hunter Streak coming in from the side of Kyochi. Kyochi, unfortunately, he's going to meet his own rival here, and now it's Hunter versus Hunter, and Supreek is going to be the better Hunter. Unfortunately, Kyochi forgot that if he popped out the 103, he's going to be a fish in a barrel for the Sova, and that's what it was. Fancy9 is going to get one more kill onto Aku, and now it's going to be a 3v4 situation, but considering Team Exceeli has low HP on 2 players, I think this is doable for Wolframite, and I think they just might be able to make it happen. But it's all up to Zerv now. Zerv, the Wonders child, he might be able to do that, and he will. A 1v3 clutch coming out from the raise, and he will execute and equalize the manpower, actually the score count in favor of none. Well, this is gonna be a close match, Kirito. Trust me on this.
I'm already feeling the heat from this matchup. There's so much action, and especially these fraggers. Aku, Zerv, Aku with those big brain cipher plays using that one-way cage. He has so much in his, in sort of his utility bag. Duke even complimenting him. Good. It's a good sportsmanship coming out from both sides. But right now we're gonna see 4-4 the score. But Exceeli, they're cornered into an eco. We're gonna see Hateku, the only one with a Spectre, and some. Oh, Fancy's the only one with armor. My bad. And we see Hateku, the only one with. The superior weapon coming out from them. Toxin, he's gonna even go for a Spectre. Despite Wolframite's sort of win streak, they're still not the best state economy-wise. I think the reason because of that is that they lose a lot of players, even in this easy win scenarios, even in like 1v3 or 2v4s. They at least lose one player, and that's gonna be really disastrous. As we see Zerv getting 2 frags, as they walk to 3 frags, as they all walk to the smoke. But Hateku does get 2 of his own, and it is all onto him with the ult. But Ezio is spamming away, getting those final 2 kills. And such a good side hole coming down from the players of Wolframite. And the fraggers are doing what they're meant to do, fragging away, and catching Exceeli while they're weak, while they're on an eco, getting these free rounds, having those leads.
Well, Wolframite is on the lead, and now this is actually a moment they can hold on to that. But Exceeli was on an eco, as you mentioned, so this is something they will have to be worried about because Exceeli is going to be bringing that for Arsenal this time around. Aside, Fancy9 is the only player who has the half shield. Well, somehow I just noticed the Reina players are the only players who has the half shields to work with. So let's see how they will be opting to go for this execution. This time around, we're seeing Team Exceeli opting to go for a B push here because I believe they just want to commit it because I'm not seeing the bamboozling plays from Exceeli, which we used to see back in the days. But I think they're trying to be unpredictable, or let's say maybe trying to do some new strategies because they have new additions to the team. But either way, there's a shock dart coming in from Kyochi, and it will do the damage and it will do the job onto Missile. But there is Exceeli with their own answers as well, as they will pick up kills from the side of Wolframite. Ezio does have the ultimate to go for, but he will have to make it happen. Well, I think he just might. It is actually the best time to use it, but you will also have to get the kills. Well, there's a resurrection, and there is the astral deviation coming in. Yeah, that is there, but I'm actually talking about the astral ultimate. But I think Astra's not going to be popping it out yet. it's just gonna be going towards elbow. So this is something he might go under the radar, because I see none of the players from the attacking side actually focusing on the side of elbow, and these can be huge for Ezio. Oh no, he might get a kill, but unfortunately there's the potato fest coming in, and HQ is also gonna find his headshot onto Ezio, and that's how we're gonna be seeing the equalization coming in yet again from the side of Exceeli. 5-5 in favor of none. This time around, I must admit, Wolframite is doing pretty decent. They are really holding off Exceeli, but still Exceeli's execution is just slightly better because they have the experience. Well, experience is obviously a huge factor in any esports title, and that is how we're seeing Exceeli still not in the lead, but they just might be able to take it. But Wolframite is not too far away. This is gonna be a off-by-ish round from Wolframite. What do you think, Kirito? What's gonna happen?
It is a very mixed. We're going to see 3 sheriffs and a guardian coming from Kyochi, and also Zerv still going for the rifle. Ezio is going to peek the showers, and he's going to be greeted by 2 players. He's going to try and fall back, but Missile's not going to let him get out. And he says, "This is the last time you'll ever peek me." Well, not actually. The match is long to go, so we're going to see a 4v5 coming down, not in favor of Wolframite. We're going to see Exceeli. A lot of utility being focused in this A side as the players from Wolframite are rotating. Zerv using that
The distraction.
the boombot as a bait. He's gonna take down Missile. It's making this a 4v4. There are ultimates available for Wolframite to deny this entry, especially Zerv's. The Raze ultimate and Aku's Cypher ultimate were really useful in
The showstopper.
getting those frags, giving information especially. So we're gonna see Exceeli cutting all noise, and they're just holding. But Kyochi's drone's gonna give away the information. A revive coming down for Missile and making this a 4v5 again. You can see even a Viper ultimate being pulled out in this shower region by a Missile, making life that much more difficult for the players of Wolframite. Fancy getting a frag onto Kyochi. Toxin's gonna push to the Viper behind this wall. Is he gonna go for a TP above the wall? I don't think that is the best option, but considering that they can't see above the wall, we're gonna see him taking fire from Toxin. But Zerv, he's doing it all on his own in a 2v3. He's gonna get 3 frags. Out for an ace now. And oh, Aku with the sheriff making this 2v2 equalizing thing. He's gonna use his ultimate, give away the information. That is really useful. But oh, Missile just rushes in. But he just got a frag onto Duke. He can go for the oh, but the
Holy
timing!
shit!
Zerv with the ace, he clutches it out for his team. But
Does
the
he have
poison,
time?
he doesn't have time. He doesn't have time. Oh no!
Oh my god!
What is this?
Well-
And he's gonna die. Oh, what is this matchup? Missile able to throw that that Viper Molly in the last second before getting taken out. That's a pretty big hero play coming out of him. And it was a close round indeed. Zerv, he got an ace there, getting 4 kills. Aku with 1 on the sheriff. It was a pretty good eco if you ask me, but the round could have gone in their favor. So cool.
That is there, Kirito. But actually, I was able to say aggressive, but actually, I hope I didn't say that.
Oh no.
Well, trust me. Well, Missile did deny the defusal, but still, I must admit, Zerv is a hero without a cape. Look at the scoreboard. He is having 22 kills on his name. He literally put his team on his back, and he is doing everything he can. 22 kills. Oh dear, well, none of the players from the side of Wolframite cracked the double digits yet. Well, that's how it is. We're going to be seeing the Astral Division coming in from the side of Exceeli. So I think they're actually opting to go for an AB execution this time around. Well, Exceeli is having the lead here, and I think they just be able to make it happen. And wait a second, they're actually faking it out. And this is something which actually bamboozled the side of Wolframite slightly, because aside the Cypher, everybody's actually going for the rotation onto A. But I think they have made the call successfully, and there is the rotation coming in, but the ultimate is going to be coming down. And we're going to be seeing Missile going for the peak on Shoe Heaven. He's going to spot on Aku, but Aku's not going to be taken out yet. Toxin's going to take out Missile instead. And now, the spike goes down, but the manpower is in favor of Wolframite. So this can be doable for them in many, many ways. Zerv is still alive. That is going to be the main threat for Exceeli to deal with. And I think they just might make it happen. And there is the 100 streak popping out from the side of the Sober. Let's see where the 100 streak is coming in. And there's the tracks coming in. Oh my god, but the kills are not going to be coming in. Duke is going to pick up his own double. Toxin's going to get a kill onto Fancy, and that's going to be a 3v3 situation. Considering Duke is low on HP, but doesn't matter. He's going to get the kill onto Kyochi. Shufri is going to pick up a double. And that is how we're going to be heading into a halftime. 5-7 is going to be the split in favor of Exceeli. But still, I must admit, the performance we're seeing from Wolframite is really unprecedented for the time being. They are playing on the Invitational, ladies and gentlemen, and they are really pushing Exceeli to the limits. But looks like Exceeli is living up to the name, and they are exceeding the limits. 7-5, let's see how the second half is going to be played out by both of these teams.
and the coordination of these teams. We're gonna see Zerv really being such a backbone for his team. They're getting 22 frags, 8 deaths only. But inside of Exceeli, they're really consistent. They are all getting those frags, getting those trades. So it's gonna be really tough to beat them in this defensive half because Valorant is, especially this map of Bind, it has certain aspects which make the defensive side really useful. Now combined with this Viper and Astra utility, I don't think anyone's had this combination in Bangladesh before. The attack is a different game, but defense, we're going to see Aku getting a trade in for Ezio as Fancy9 takes him down and making this a 4v4 immediately. But this, as I was saying, this Astra Viper meta has made its way into Bangladesh finally. So I don't think anybody was really expecting this. Wolframite being, I think, the first team to actually face this lineup. I'm not sure if they're actually all ready and prepared to be able to take them down. Toxin getting
Toxin's just taking the damage.
All covered up.
This is fine. This is fine.
This is fine. I'll regenerate. It's all fine. So he's in a really dangerous position, really close. Oh, but the Astro utility is gonna pull him in. The coordination from Exceeli. Missile's gonna get that frag. Maybe this is a 3v4, and the poison coming out. He's not gonna be able. Aku's not gonna be able to push in, but Kiyoshi getting in front of the missile. Should be the trade. 2v3. Zerv is still there with a classic, but he gets headshotted. There was a concussion there from Astra, making this a 1v3 all onto Aku. Playing in that region, he's gonna get a shot onto Shoesfreak, but he has taken quite a bit of damage. Duke is really close to him. That cage really smart. That's gonna deny Duke, but he can go to B if he wants. But he has to run though, considering there is only
Oh dear.
20 seconds there. But Duke with the teleport, and he's gonna take him out. Really smart play coming out of him, and that's gonna give Exceeli an even more, extend the lead quite a bit. And winning that first pistol round really crucial for them. They will be able to go for those full buys in the next round.
Indeed. Well, the leverage is there in favor of Exceeli, but there is something I also want to mention from Exceeli once again. When the match started, I mentioned that Bind is a map where the projectiles are fairly strong. Well, trust me, when Astra's on your team, the projectiles are actually on steroids because the amount of map control she can provide. Oh dear. Look out for the cubbies, because obviously there's going to be some poisons, there's going to be some flames, there's going to be some explosives. And with that, pulling in, or let's say the way Hiko called it, the suck, it is actually it just makes it way too strong. I'm not going to say that, that Astra is just OP or something, but the composition she brings onto the table, well, trust me, she is a heck of a unit to be recognized. But yeah, Astra, when you are playing Astra, trust me, you need to coordinate with your team, because when you are on your Astral front, if there's nobody who's covering you, well, you're just dead meat. There's nothing you can do. You're just gonna be a pile of flesh, nothing else for your team. But aside that, we're gonna be heading into the the eco on the side of Wolframite, as we're seeing Exceeli going for their half buy, as they're trying to get the anti-ecos, and I think they will be more than successful with that, because Adrian is gonna pick up a double, and Shufri is gonna pick up the first, followed up by Missile. It's all up to Zerv now, but we know that Zerv is a very capable player, and he might make it happen. He's gonna pick up the first kill, and now he'll have to find the 4 more kills on the board. But considering he only has a classic to work with no armor, this is just gonna be hard for him, and he's starting to take damage. Everybody knows exactly where Zerv is, and he's gonna fall in the hands of Duke. And I think there's the friendship dance coming in, and there you go. There's a friendship dance from the side of Duke, and the scoreline is gonna be 5-9. One more round to go till Exceeli cracks the double digits, and if they can crack the double digits, it is gonna be slightly hard for Wolframite to bring it back. But it's still going to be possible, considering Wolframite is going to be going for their full buys now.
4-round lead for Exceeli, and their coordination is so good. It's sharp as a knife right now, and it's going to be really hard for Wolframite to blunt that knife, because they're really going to have to coordinate against this Viper and Astra combination. It is so difficult, and Astra providing cover for the players in the completely opposite side, which is very not something that the other controllers can do that easily. So we're going to be seeing Wolframite again with a really split push. They have done this quite before, and I'm really surprised to see that they haven't really changed stuff up. We're going to see Exceeli really smart to be able to read this. We're going to see the push coming down from Fancy9. He's going to peek Ezio and take him out. Reina, if I might say. Now Aku's in a really tough position, trapped by this wall, and there are players on the other side, but he doesn't know that they have fallen back. Fancy9 and Duke back in the B side. Wolframite playing a 4v5. Really difficult for them to take this round with the Astra and Viper still on the play as the wall goes down in B-long. Aku's really wants to try and peek this. He might get a frag on a Fancy9 who's in a really vulnerable position, but he does fall back. They're barely missing him, Duke and Fancy. And the rest of Wolframite regrouping outside this B hookah. They're trying to push this B, but the time is going out. There's only 40 seconds left. They have to set up for this take really fast. There are only 2 players, despite having the Astra utility on their side. You can see Kyoshi trying to drone in his players, but Aku so low on HP, 3 HP only as Pants. He's gonna get a second frag in this round on to Aku, and he's gonna try and go for a frag from this long position. Duke gets the frag onto Toxin, denying them any entries. Zarv trying to satchel in, but Misala gets a frag. Kyoshi does get one before dying, but it is gonna be Fancy with a triple kill this round. 10-5 the score. They've gotten such a dominant lead, and it's gonna be really difficult for Wolframite to crack this level of coordination that Exceeli have built up. And especially the accuracy with the gunfights, it's going to be so tough for them to win this.
It is indeed going to be pretty tough for Wolframite to bring it back, but still they can make it happen. That is something I believe at least. Exceeli is on a momentum, and I think if Wolframite can destroy that momentum, this is going to be the only way they can bring themselves on the top. But considering their Exceeli literally has double the rounds of Wolframite, it just makes it harder from here. Well, let's see if this eco run is going to be successful for Wolframite or not. Ezio is going to be pushing all by himself, and there is the recon bot, which is going to be trying to hunt down Reina, but Reina just could have let it go. But there's the information being popped out, and Misa's going to get the spike carrier. Kyochi is going to fall. And wait a second, impressive wow. That is something Kyochi did not expect. But either way, Duke is gonna get a kill onto Ezio as well, and now Misal is actually pushing, and Toxin might just get off the board, and because he is pretty much oblivious, but there's a smoke on the face of Misal from his own teammate. But there's a straight down coming in, and Misal's gonna get the kill. And now Aku is nearby, but he will not be able to get the refrag considering there's 2 players nearby. Aku doesn't have the HP advantage either. He is gonna out the Viper Spit everywhere, and he's gonna be taking a bite on the hands of Misal. It was all up to the raise, but eventually he's also gonna fall. It's gonna be a flawless round to add up to the rounds of Exceeli, and looks like this is really gonna be hard for Wolframite. It's do or die for them, because after this round, we're gonna be seeing Exceeli sitting on match point yet again. And if they are hitting match point, it's really likely to happen that they will take it home and they will take the victory. If Wolframite wants to push it to the 3rd map, this is actually the last moment, and this is the moment they can go for the comeback.
Yeah, especially considering the economy of Wolframite. They're going to go for those full buys, but if they do lose this round, they're going to have to play match point with eco weapons, which is not what you want to do. Despite whatever situation you're in, you really want to play that last round with those full rifles, with the full utility and full capability to try and win this. But it's looking really tough for them, as we can see Wolframite trying to aggress on this B side. There are still only 2 players there. They are really making a lot of noise, giving away a lot of information. So far, Hate Crew and I think Duke are really successful in defending the side. The rotations are coming in though. Duke with the first one and the second onto Aku. Surviving with 30 HP. He's gonna be able to heal in some fancy with the frag onto Toxin, and this very well might go in favor of Exceeli. As we can see the players trapped in hookah, missile from the TP, getting both of them. Also with help from his poison. And match point for Exceeli. This does not look winnable for Wolframite right now. We're gonna see their economy. They're struggling to get those rifles. And I mean, what else can I say? This does not look like it's gonna happen for them right now, since considering the lack of coordination, the lack of playing as a unit, playing as a team, and also playing against these really smartly used utilities by Exceeli, Wolframite having so many lackings, they really have to step up to play against a team like this with full coordination. So let's see what they're able to do. Duke hiding behind this wall, as the wall is broken immediately, but he's on top of it in a position they aren't expecting. He does get 1 frag, but immediately a bunch of trades going down. Toxin getting 1 more, Shoestreak with a trade, making this a 2v3. Ezio with 1 more 2v2. But Missile gets the last frag on Doc. It's all onto Ezio. He does have the Empress. The bomb is right in front of him. And we see the Sova drone coming in. He does give away quite a bit of noise, and it will spot him in the end. And they know exactly where he is. Shock Dart's gonna come and miss him barely. But Missile on the other hand, Ezio, very winnable 1v2, but he has to win this gunfight against Shoestreak, as we see Missile coming in from behind, but Shoestreak doesn't need help. And he finishes the round off with a frag onto Ezio. 13-5 the score, ladies and gentlemen. We have the first winner of the first match in the Invitationals of the ESPL Valorant PowerUp Series 5. It is Exceeli Esports beating Wolframite in a very dominant fashion. And it was an entertaining match, to say the least. I really had a good time to see this new lineup coming out of Exceeli, this coordination, and sort of introducing Duke into the team. It was a really good first match for him.
Indeed. Well, there is one thing I do want to mention, Kirito, that is Wolframite's coordination is not bad. Actually, they are not as experienced as Exceeli. Well, if they grind, I believe they will make it, because trust me, they have already made it to the Invitationals, because as I believe they were the champions of Amateur Cup, right?
No, they were runners-up. LRX
excuse,
were the
excuse-
champions.
Yeah, excuse me right there. So still they made it to the invitational. So this is something, it's actually a huge achievement for them, considering they are veterans, as I know some of them from the previous esports title, as I mentioned multiple times. But the coordination is something which actually needs time. This is just like a baby. You need to grow it by by giving each other time, because it's the game of Valorant. It's a 5v5 game. You don't play it single-handedly. You coordinate with your team, and thus you actually build a very strong team in the end. So I believe in the long run, Wolframite is going to be able to be a very strong team, but it will take time. Exceeli has been grinding for a very long time, and we all know this is the only team we all want to see dethroned, because trust me, these guys have not lost too many matches in the previous tournaments. Not only ESPL, pretty much every tournament in the Bangladeshi scenario. So Exceeli, well, they are doing their things. Wolframite is not too far away. Considering they have made it so far, I'm really, really being hopeful from their end. But either way, let's get into the scoreboard. And as you can see, Zerv is the top fragger here with 23 staggering kills. Well, he did put his teammates on his back, and he did try his best. And I believe this person had more clutches than anybody else. And yeah, he did miss the clutch from missiles, and because there was the Viper speed, which actually denied him because he was 1 HP. That was really heartbreaking, but still, they have pushed it to the limits, and it was a very, very good game in the end. Exceeli, they will take the victory once again, and they will be forwarding to the upper brackets of the tournament, but I believe Wolframite is not going to be too far away. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it was a good game. I'm saying it multiple times because trust me, it was 2 games, and we're seeing 2-3-5s in favor of Exceeli. Let's see what the other upcoming days has to offer for us. That being said, we're going to be taking a break, and we're going to be saying goodbye to everybody for now. Stay tuned for tomorrow. And this is me and Kirito. I'm not going to say aggressive, by the way. Signing out. Take care. Good night. And Auf Wiedersehen. I did say Auf Wiedersehen, right?
Is that like German for goodbye?
Yeah, I think our streamer brother is slightly AFK, but still, it was a good game. Good night, guys.